Yes, guys, and a welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102. Bailey Legal Point 2, Part 9. Season 9 is upon us. So we fast approach the halfway stage of our game of youngsters. They're still youngsters, let's be honest, they are still youngsters. And I think we all every so often need to remember the great Trunky, who of course must have had 6 months on the scrap heap before fucking off. Okay, let's quit fucking stalling and... Whoa, the fucking mic fell there, didn't it? Whoa. Right, okay, let's make sure that is okay. Right, so let's go straight to it, where to start. You all know how this works now then. I've got these all segregated all over the place. So we will start with our goalkeepers. Let's start with... I knew I did it, so there would be no spoilers. So you can see we're at the start of season 9. We'll start with Pep Page. And Pep has moved. Well, you could not script this, could you? You could not script this at all. Pep has moved to Manchester United. Now, cast your mind back, he wasn't getting any games at Roma and he had plenty of games for England. Now, this is bizarre because Man United is Pep's team. Pep's team is Man United. There's a lot of rivalry between Pep and his brother Mike. Mike is Liverpool, Pep is Man U. And I always say, wouldn't it be great to see Pep end up at Pool and so on and so on. But what a move for Pep. And I truly believe he'll be a starter there. Great move for Pep then. Over to Gilmar. Gilmar's still at Arsenal. That handling, I'm sure, has gone down one. I'm sure that was 22. Still looks an absolute machine. Very good season last season. Well, I say very good. 693. I meant very good as in plenty of games. Over to John Chambers. Still at Lazio. Now, before I go to history, I'm noticing, firstly, he's not getting any more Italy games. Secondly, he plays lots of games, but he don't ever perform. That was a better season. Better season in 53 games. But he's playing plenty of games, John is. But the question is really, is he winning stuff? Well, I'm not going to go through achievements. I'd say he's got a few bits and pieces. Over to defence now then. Dizzy Hugo Kaski. Looks ridiculous, don't he? And his value, I feel, is creeping up. Now, let's not forget, a central defender on the ODB isn't easy to get high value, but he looks fucking insane, don't he? He really does. Looks really good. Another good season, I would suspect. Actually, yeah, good season. Not as good, but 44 games last season for Bayern Munich. Over to Big Philippe Dirala, still at Manchester United. I'm sure that decisions has gone up there. I'm sure he didn't have anything above 20. So decisions has gone up. And a decent season, 7-4-3, 44 games. So Philippe will play with Pep then. Very, very interesting indeed. And we just said, actually, I'm just thinking, we're about to go to Barcelona. Now, he was at Arsenal, and of course, he's got Gilmar behind him in goal. But Baz is still at Arsenal, so a strong right back and a strong goalie. Baz continues to look very, very impressive. Decent season, 55 games, 7-2-9 for Baz. Good high value there indeed. Let's go to midfield now then. Let's start with Sun Wukong. Celtic, he looks really good, don't he? Looks so good. Decent season for you, Mr. Wukong. Got to be happy with that indeed. Mr. Lee Sharples at Bayern Munich has broke into Germany. Decent season. That's his finest season so far. And he probably deserves his call up to the German squad. So 7-8-3, 11 assists. He's got to be really happy. Did I read a new contract there for Mr. Lee Sharples? Looks really good indeed. Over to Scotland, Serenetti. Well, he was not at Juventus, surely. I don't remember. Look at that. He looks absolutely through the roof. And it's a Bosman move from Fiorentina. He needed that. He hasn't... Do you know what, though? The last time he did well was his loan spell at Clyde. And he's been nothing but... I can't even call him a bit parter. He's been getting splinters on his ass. Scotland Serenetti moves to Juventus. And an auto value of 5.5 million. He will be pleased. He'll be very, very pleased. Over to Redknapp has moved to Celtic. Well, do you know what? As soon as I clicked on him, and I thought to myself, yeah, Reddit has been following his character at Besiktas, but he's moved, and he had a release clause, didn't he? And it looks like it was mid-season, a very good season. Half at Besiktas, half at Celtic, and I think Redders, you've got to be happy. You've got to be happy with your move, surely. Over to Jesper. Jesper, I think I remember he did move to Lazio, didn't he? Well, 21 games in total, not the greatest. Jesper, sort it out. Mike Page is still at Arsenal. And he really is a substitute, isn't he? And to be fair to him, 15 subs, 727. The season before, 24 subs, 714. I do feel he needs to leave, though. Chris Meadis is still at Blackburn Rovers. And he's unhappy again. Interesting, because... oh, look at that man. You were looking at him. How do you like that, Chris? So, hoping to impress visiting scouts, wants to move to a bigger club, feels he should be a first-team regular. I mean, we are at the start of the season, so he didn't play much last season. Not any massive injuries for you, but we shall see. Over to Fodster. Right now, Fodster, I'm pretty certain he had 8 Australian caps, I'm pretty sure. 690, not a big amount of games last season. Yeah, he got some international games last season. Actually, well, it couldn't have been 8. He's had a few there last season. So he's back on the Australian circuit for the national team, but he needs to leave, don't he? He needs to leave. Mr. Megadonte at Chelsea. He's desperate for his move. He's openly told me. He's publicly stated he wants out, and he feels that there's no relationship between him and the Chelsea manager. He's openly said that, Mr. Megadonte. Yeah, you've had another shit season, really, haven't you, Dante? You need to get out. Mr. Stuart Danton, we knew he got a move to Lazio. And I find, well, I see the average rating first, then I see the games. So not a big selection of games for you, Danton. But do you know what? It's still early days. I mean, to be fair, in the few games that you did have, you had 7 goal involvements and 3 Man of the Match awards. You've got to be happy, Danton. Good auto value from you as well. Mr. Adnan Kusic, a.k.a. Adu. Stuttgart looks really good. The left winger, not a big amount of games last season again. You know, I mean, yeah, he's got 5 caps for Germany, but he needs more game time. He's desperate for more game time. Seamus Coleman, we knew he got a move over to Tottenham. Again, similar situation as a few. He's not getting starting games. 7-2-3 on 4 starts and 9 subs. Who knows? Mr. Wayne Chester is still at Leeds United. Still looks an absolute beast. A good season, a much better season than the season before from you, Wayne. 39 starts, 20 assists. That's not to be sneezed at from you, Wayne. But you ain't broken into England yet. I've missed somebody out, haven't I? Travis Aspria. Still at Liverpool. A decent season for you, Miss Tino. Decent season indeed. I missed that Gary... Oh, I missed that Gary Johnson, didn't I? I'm so sorry, Gary. For a minute there, right, I thought, I haven't missed him out. He must have retired. But, so Gary Johnson, apologies. And you are still at Leeds, Gary. 708. Oh, what happened there, Gary? Shit, what happened? So Gary will be disappointed, and he's openly stated he wants to move over to Real Madrid. I'm sure he said that, but who knows? Let's go to our strikers now then. Let's start with Terry Yoruf. Was it? Nah, was he? Yeah, sorry, I couldn't remember. So Terry Yoruf then, a.k.a. Ian, a.k.a. London 35. A decent season in his first full season at Liverpool. 22 goals in 28. I think he's got to be happy with that, hasn't he? He's got to be happy. Let's have a look at... if he had any injuries. No, he didn't. Got a good auto value. Mark Whittaker, still at Ipswich Town, still holding that release clause. Not a bad season at all for Mark. 27 goals in 42 for Ipswich Town. Looking good, Mark. AJ Van Crondor, we're all waiting, and he's still at Newcastle. Another good season. I mean, 23 goals. Not as good as the season before, but still a fabulous season for AJ. And that release clause, that could play off, that could really prove key. It really could. Over to Spectral, or should we say Zeki Rizasporul. 3 caps then for Turkey still. Still looks good, still playing in a non-playable league. So, still ain't decided what I'm going to do with you, because all these seasons, you're a farce. You're a fucking farce. Over to Neilio Moglio, our very own Neil, looks really decent at Fiorentina. Not a bad season for you, Neil. 7-3, 114 goals. Could have been better, but let's be fair, could have been worse. It was an improvement on the season before. You still look good though, Neil. Good auto value. Indeed. Over to Connor Marchbank. Connor still at Derby. God, he must want his move. He must want his move out of Derby County. Another decent season for you, Connor. 24 goals, 52 starts last season, 45 caps for Scotland. Ali Golanger, the Irish striker, is at Besiktas on his own. Now Redders has gone, he's on his own. And not a bad season, 22 goals in 38, a better return in terms of goals from the season before, but not quite on the average rating. Ali, I'd like to see you leave. I'd like to see you in a better league. It's bottom line. And finally, Mr. Mark Rutgers, aka Flying Dutchman. We said, didn't we, that for me, he's the leader at the minute. 10 caps for, look at that, another good season. 10 caps for Holland, 22 goals, 8-1. Absolute fabulous season for the Flying Dutchman. Let's have a look now then at the overall values of the Flying Dutchman. Leads away 20 million. Terry Yorif in the second, AJ third, Connor Marchbank. You can see right there. Let's just more importantly see who's our lowest. Who is our lowest? It is Miga Dante. Mate, come on. Oh man, you disgust me. Over to the highest paid player then. It is AJ, 75 grand per week. Cha-ching from you. The lowest paid player is Gilmar, 7750 from him. Fodster, Baz, you're not on great wages, are you, in comparison? Let's take a look at the contracts ending then. Well, that's interesting. No one's ending at the end of this season, but it's the end of next season that Ali Golanger, Baz Chambers, Miga Dante, Fodster, and AJ and Mark Whittaker. Well, that's interesting because the likes of AJ and Mark Whittaker, they've got those release clauses there. That could prove so massive. Unless, of course, they sign a new deal. I can't see Miga Dante signing a new deal. No way. But we shall see. In terms of a long contract, Lee Sharples, Pep, Terry Yorif, and the Flying Dutchman have all got 7 years left on their deals. They really have. Let's have a look at the international side of things now then. The caps then. Dizzy Ugaski, 48. Connor Marchbank, 45. That battle is on. Pep, 37. Sun Wukong, 33. 28 for Ali Golanger and Jesper. It's very, very tight indeed. And there you see the only 5 players who have not got an international cap. Pep, Mike Page, Miga Dante, Stuart Danton, Wayne Chester, Travis Aspria. I do feel Wayne will probably get one if he has a good season, and I feel Stuart Danton, if he gets games, he'll get one. Miga Dante, I don't think you'll get one. Mike Page, you need to leave. It's as simple as that. Travis, maybe you've been captain. I don't know. Who knows? I would like to see everybody represent their country at some point. And that's it from me, guys. Another season. And, you know, we're 8 years in now. Then all our guys now are 24 years of age. And there's still a long, long way to go. Until next time from me, with the Barely Legal Point 2, it's take it easy.